Hello, my name is Sonal. I am studying at 5th standard at CH.NO Public School. Today, I am explaining the mind map of animal adaptation. Habitat and adaptation. The natural surroundings in which an animal lives comfortably is called as its habitat. Adaptation. Animals that live in habitat share some common adaptations. Body coverings of animal. Fur or hair. Fur or hair helps them to stay warm. Example, polar bear, yak. Feathers. Birds have feathers which helps them to fly and protect them against the dust and cold. Example, eagle and pigeon. Scales. Animals have scales to protect themselves. Example, fish and snakes. Shell. Turtles and snails have shell which helps them to protect against their enemies. Breathing organs of animal. Every living thing on earth takes the air in. Different animals breathe through different organs like lungs, gills, spiracles, blowhole. Mammals breathe through lungs. Example, human. Human get the air from trees. Gills. Fish and shark breathe through gills. This is a picture of gills. Spiracles. Insects have antennae-like on their head from which they breathe. Example, honeybee and butterfly. Blowhole. Dolphins and blue whale have blowhole from which they breathe through. Locomotor organs of animals. Animals move around in search of food, shelter and also to escape from their enemies. Like terrestrial animals, aerial animals, arboreal animals, aquatic animals and amphibious animals. These are the locomotor organs. Terrestrial animals means which live on land is called as terrestrial animals. Example, deer and tiger. Aerial animals. Animals that which fly on sky is called aerial animals. Example, crow and myna. Arboreal animals. Animals that climb tree is called as arboreal animals. Example, monkey and cat. Aquatic animals. Animals which swim in the water is called as aquatic animals. Example, fish and starfish. Amphibian animals. Animals that live on land as well as on water is called as amphibian animals. Example, walrus, crocodile, frog. Feeding habits of animals. Different animals eat different things. Herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, parasites. These are the feeding habits of animals. Herbivores means animals that eat only plants is called as herbivores. Carnivores. Carnivores means animals that eat flesh of other animals is called as carnivores. Example, tiger. Omnivores. Omnivores means animals that eat plants as well as flesh of other animals is called as omnivores. Example, human and crow. Parasites. Animals that live in and on of the other bodies is called as parasites. Example, virus. Migration. Many animals move to warmer region in winter. Some move in search of food. Some of them move to find the place and some move to have their young ones. Example, reindeer and Arctic tern. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Nisha from CH.NO Public School and I am studying in 5th C class. And today I am going to tell about the animal adaptations. Before learning the animal adaptation, we should learn what is a habitat and a adaptation. So, the natural surrounding in which the animal lives comfortably is known as habitat. And the animals which live in a habitat and share some common adaptations. These adaptations make them suited to their life. And next, the first point is the body covering of animals. So what is the body covering of animals? The body covering of animals help the animals to protect themselves and keep them warm and cool. So in the body covering of animals, we have 4 points. They are fur or hair, feathers, scales, shell. And the fur or hair, the examples are sheep, yak and mountain goats. And the feathers, the examples are eagle, crow and a pigeon. And the scales, the examples are fish, snakes, and pangolins. The shell, the examples are snails, tortoises, and the turtles. So next we have breathing organ of animals. So there are five types, which are lungs, blowhole, gills, and both land and water. The both land and water, it just means that the animals which live in both land and water. And last we have the spiracles. So in the lungs, the examples are dogs, cats, and sheep. They breathe through the lungs. And the blowhole, the whales and dolphins breathe through the blowhole. And fish, they breathe through the gills. And frogs and crocodiles, it's an important point, because the frogs and crocodiles and other animals, in the land they breathe through their lungs, and in the water they breathe through their gills. So next we have spiracles. Spiracles, the example are insect. But the spiracles are tiny holes which it is present on the insect's body. So before moving on to the types of animals, we should learn what is a locomotor of animals. And the animals move in the search of food, shelter, and water. And also to escape from their enemies. We walk or run using our legs, but animals have different organs to move. So we have here four types of animals. They are terrestrial animals, aquatic animals, aerial animals, and the amphibious animals. So what are terrestrial animals? The terrestrial animals are the animals which live on land. And the animals, the aquatic animals are the animals which live in the water. And aerial animals means the animals which fly in the sky. And amphibious animals means the animals which live in the land and water. And in the terrestrial animal, the examples are dogs, ant, cow, and the lion. And the aquatic animal, the examples are crab, fish, seal, and the shark. And the aerial animal, the examples are butterflies, bees, houseflies, and the bat. And the amphibious animals, the examples are snakes, frogs, and the lizards and chameleons. So before moving to the feeding habits of animals, we should learn what is a migration. Migration is simple because the animals which live in a region and move to the another region, that is called the migration. They migrate to move to the another region. And the feeding habits of animals, there are three types of animals which eat plants, meat, and the both plant and meat. But they are called as herbivorous, carnivorous, and the omnivorous. The herbivorous animals eat only plants, and the carnivorous animals eat only meat. And the omnivorous animals, they eat meat and the plant. So the herbivorous, the examples are cow, deer, and the zebra. And in the carnivorous, the examples are tiger, wolf, and the eagle. And in the omnivorous, the examples are bear, crow, and the hawk. Thank you.
Good afternoon, my name is Prateeksha. I'm studying in 5th B class. Today I'm going to explain about brief topic, that is animal adaptation. First I'm going to explain about habitat and adaptation. Habitat and adaptation means the natural surroundings in which an animal lives comfortable is called habitat, and animals that live in a habitat share some common adaptation is called adaptation. Next I'm going to explain about body covering of animals. Body covering of animals means animals that help them to protect themselves and also keep warm and cool. There are four types of body covering of animals. They are forehead, feathers, scale, shell. Forehead means which animal lives in a cold place is called forehead. Examples are sheep, egg. Feathers means the feathers of birds help them to fly and protect their dust and cold is called feathers. Examples are eagle, penguin. Scales means animal like fish, snake have scales on their skin and protect themselves is called scales. Examples are fish, snake. Shell means animals like turtle, tortoise, snail have an outer layer shell and protect their soft bodies is called shell. Examples are snake, turtle. Breathing organs of animals. Breathing organs of animals means every living things on earth take air. Human and other animals breathe through a nose. There are four types of breathing organs of animals. They are gills, blowhole, lungs, spiracles. Gills examples are fish, shark. Blowhole examples are dolphin, hole. Lungs examples are maple and spinacles examples are insect. Next I am going to explain about locomotor organs of animals. Locomotor organs of animals means which animals around the searching of food, shelter and water is called locomotor organs of animals. There are 5 types of locomotor organs of animals. They are terrestrial, arboreal, aquatic, amphibious and aerial. Terrestrial means which animals live in a land is called terrestrial. Examples are horse, cat. Arboreal animals means which animal live in a tree for a long time is called arboreal. Examples are monkey, lizard. Aquatic animal means which animal live in a water is called aquatic animal. Examples are fish, whale. Amphibious means which animal live in a land and water is called amphibious. Examples are frog, loves. Aerial animals means which animal fly in the sky is called aerial. Examples are bird, insect. Next I am going to explain about migration. This animal move to warmer place to find from their reindeer and wild beast. Reindeer means which animal migrate to warm areas in winter is called reindeer. And wild beast means which animal migrate in summer in search of water is called wild beast. Next I am going to explain about feeding habits of animals. There are 3 types of feeding habits of animals. They are herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous. Herbivorous means the feed of a plant and plants products are called herbivores. Examples are cow, elephant. Carnivores means meat-eating animals is called carnivore. Examples are eagle, owl. Omnivorous means which animal eat both plant matter and meat are called omnivores. Examples are deer, frog. Thank you.
Good evening everyone. My name is Srusti from grade 5th. Today I am going to explain about animal adaptation. Let us learn about the habitat. Animals live in different kinds of places such as desert, forest, and many such. An animal the natural surrounding in which an animal lives comfortably is known as habitat. The animal living in an habitat share some common adaptation. These adaptations make them suited for their habitat. Body coverings of animals. There are 4 body coverings of animals: fur or hair, feathers, scales and shell. Examples of fur or hair is polar bear, Arctic fox and etc. Examples of feathers are parrot, eagle, etc. Examples of scales are fish, snake and etc. Examples of shell are tortoise, turtle, snail and etc. Breathing organs of animals. Mammals and human beings breathe through lungs. Dolphin and whale breathe through blowholes. Fish and shark breathe through gills. Frogs and other amphibians breathe through lungs and moist skin. On land, they breathe through lungs, and in water, they breathe through moist skin, and insects breathe through spiracles. Locomotor organs of animals. There are 5 types of locomotor organs of animals. They are terrestrial, aquatic, aerial, arboreal and amphibians. Terrestrial animals that either live on land or burrows under the surface is known as terrestrial. Aquatic animals that live in water is known as aquatic. Aerial animals that spend most time on air is known as aerial animal. Arboreal animals that spend maximum time on trees are known as arboreal animals. Amphibian animals that live both on land and in water are known as amphibian animals. Behavioral adaptations. There are three types of behavioral adaptations. There are nocturnal behavior, hibernation behavior, migration behavior. Nocturnal behavior. These animals are active at night and sleep whole day when the desert is cooler and wake up at night. Hibernation behavior. These animals go deep sleep in winters and wake up at spring when the plant begin to grow. Migration behavior. Migration behavior. These animals go in search of more food. Feeding habits of animals. There are four types of feeding habits of animals. They are herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous and parasites. Herbivorous animals. Animals that eat grass and other plants are known as herbivorous animals. Carnivorous animals. Animals that feed on flesh are known as carnivorous animals. Omnivorous animals. Animals that eat both plant and flesh are known as omnivorous animals. Parasites. Parasites animals. Parasite animals eat bacteria, virus and protozoa. Thank you.
Hello everyone, myself Varidh Mangalgi of grade 50D from CH.NO Public School, here to do a presentation on topic animal adaptation. Animal adaptation. What is an animal adaptation? Animal adaptation is nothing but a place where an animal is suitable to live. Three types of animals. There are three types of animals. These are herbivorous, carnivorous and omnivorous. Herbivorous. Animals that eat only plants are called as herbivorous. Carnivorous. Animals that eat only flesh are called carnivorous. Omnivorous. Animals that eat both plants and flesh are called the omnivorous. There are some examples of herbivorous, carnivorous and omnivorous. There are 5 locomotor organs of animals. They are terrestrial animals, aquatic animals, arboreal animals, aerial animals and amphibians. Terrestrial animals. Animals that live on land. Aquatic animals. Animals that live in water. Arboreal animals. Animals that live on trees. Aerial animals. Animals that fly in sky. Amphibians. Animals that live in both land and water. These are examples of terrestrial animals. Sea animals. Sea animals are nothing but aquatic animals. Arboreal animals. Aerial animals. And amphibians. Classification of animals. There are 2 types of animals, vertebrates, invertebrates. Vertebrates have backbone, invertebrates do not have backbone. Vertebrates 2 types, warm-blooded, cold-blooded. Warm-blooded, mammals, birds and etc. have warm-blooded. Cold-blooded, fish, reptiles and amphibians have cold-blooded. Invertebrates, with jointed legs, without legs. With jointed legs, with 3 pairs of legs. Example, insects and etc. With more than 3 pairs of legs. Without legs. Worm-like, not worm-like. Next. Body coverings of animals. Scales. Fish, snake and lizard are examples of scales. Shells. Sea turtle and etc. are examples of the shell. Feathers. Emu, birds and etc. are examples of the feathers. Fur. Kangaroo, possums and etc. are example of fur. Skin. Green tree, frog and etc. are example of skin. Next. So thank you one and all. Bye. Have a nice day.
Hey everyone, my name is Sanvi and I'm studying in 5th D class. Today I am doing a science presentation on topic animals adaptation. Now let's learn the definition of habitat. The natural place which animals live. Now let's learn the definition of adaptation. The process by which a species becomes comfortable to its environment. It is a result of natural selections acting upon heritable variation over several generations. For example, polar bear live in cold place, fish live in water. Now, let's understand entire lesson by an mind map. Body coverings of animals. What is body coverings of animals? Means it helps them to protect themselves and also keep them cool and warm. Feather, shell, scales, hair and fur. Feeding habits of animals. Herbivorous. What is herbivorous? The animals which eat only the plants and grass is known for herbivorous. For example, cow and goat. Carnivorous. What is carnivorous? The animals which eat only flesh is known for carnivorous. For example, lion and leopard. Omnivorous. The animals which eat both the flesh and the plants is known as omnivorous. For example, the crow. Now, breathing organs of animals. Means we breathe through the lungs and the animals breathe through their breathing organs. For example, fish breathe through their gills. Whales and dolphins breathe through the blowholes. And when the frog is in the water, it breathes through the skin. And when it will be on the land, will breathe through the lungs. Locomotor. What is locomotor? Locomotor is nothing but animals move around in search of food, shelter and water, and also to escape from their enemies. We walk or run using our legs. Animals have different organs that they use to move. Aerial, terrestrial, aquatic and amphibian. Aerial means the animals which fly on sky is known as the aerial. For example, birds. Terrestrial. The animals which live on land is known as terrestrial. Aquatic. The animals which will be live in the water. Amphibian means the animals which live in the water and on the land. The example of terrestrial is zebra and the cow. Aquatic examples are duck. The example of amphibians are frog and snake. And thank you. Have a nice day.